Hi everybody, it's Mark Shellshear. This is the Mark Art Show coming to you from the Shellshear project in Brisbane, Australia. I want to talk about confidence today. I want to talk about building self-confidence and how do we go ahead and do that. Many artists I know are plagued with lack of self-confidence, with self-doubt, and things like that. How do we get past that? Because being an artist can be a lonely business for many. You know, locked in studios, away from people, having to work with themselves and work things out. So how do I build confidence into my life? Well, if you have a huge, big show and it's very successful, you're going to build a lot of confidence into your life. You're going to be very self-confident. But for the majority of us, that doesn't happen. So what could we do that would not be hard to do, that would build confidence into our life? Now, the thing that builds confidence is accomplishments. Being able to accomplish things. We get stronger and stronger within when we see, well, I've done that, I can do this, I can do that. So, you know, we don't yet have the big shows. Then how do we start? We start by accomplishing small things. When we build confidence by small disciplines, daily things that will help us to build confidence. Now, some of you are going to say to me, Mark, this is too simplistic. Why would I want to do that? Well, I believe we do it because it's wonderful to see yourself accomplishing things, getting things done, accomplishing things, small disciplines that happen. So here's some ideas that I use, and I believe they help you get confidence and the ability to go forward and do the things you want to do. Make a daily list. Make a daily list of all the things you want to accomplish in one day. Don't make it too long, don't make it too much. Make it so it's achievable, because I believe daily lists are so good because you see yourself ticking things off. I use daily lists. Now, the other thing that I do that I think really helps to build confidence within myself, and a lot of people think it's really silly that somebody of my age would do it, but I do it not for the effect it has on one day. I do it for the effect that it has on years. If you do something over and over and you repeat it and you repeat it, you become better and better and better at it. Repetition, the mother of all skills. So I believe very strongly in a daily routine, a daily ritual, which I do. As you all know, I've told you before, every morning before I start, I always write out my goals. Why do I have to write them out? Because it's a discipline of seeing them again, of seeing them before me as I write them out, the things that I want to accomplish and do. Does it make a difference for that day? Probably not, but it certainly makes a difference over 12 months. Then I sit down and I read one chapter of the book of Proverbs. Why do I read one chapter of the book of Proverbs? Well, it's the book of wisdom. I want more wisdom. I want to learn more. So I read one chapter of that every day, and I look for something that jumps out at me that speaks to me for that day. Tick off that one. Then I read one chapter of a book that I'm reading. And right now I'm rereading How to Win Friends and Influence People. I'm into chapter 3, I think. And I read that chapter and then go through it and then write some things out of it that speak to me. Now, this is just a daily discipline, and then I write out my thoughts. And once I've accomplished that, and some days it's a struggle and some days it's easy, once I accomplish that, I am then able to start my day knowing I've accomplished something. I've done something. And even though it's such a small thing, such a little thing, but I finished something and now I can start my day. And when I start my day and get into the office, what do? I sit down and make a list. I make a list of all the things that I have to do. Now, much of it is repetitious. I know that. I have to make a video. I have to write a blog. I have to answer questions. I have to answer comments. I have to answer shares. I have to ring people. I have listed all down so that at the end of the day, when I've ticked them all off, I can look at it and say, been a good day, accomplished all that. And that's what builds confidence. So I really ask you to begin to build routines in your life that will build confidence into your life, especially a daily work list. A daily work list. Even if you do the same things every day, write it down and tick them off. Write it down, tick. There's something about writing it down. There's something about ticking it off. There's something about seeing you have accomplished something. That It's what builds confidence. You know, it's the same as paintings. You know, when you get a painting and you've finished it and you've turned it round and you've painted the back and make it look really professional and put your card on it, put the hooks on it and everything and put it aside, bam, you've accomplished something. Tick it off. And you know, it builds something within that makes us feel stronger. Now, the other thing I think we should do that builds confidence in ourselves is make sure that every day we reach out and help somebody. I really believe that. People are hurting out there. I say that every day. Well, reach out to people. Send someone a text that you haven't thought about for a while. Ring somebody up on the phone and talk to them. You know, go and visit somebody, have coffee with them. I really believe in that. Every day I say, how can I help someone today accomplish something in their life that will help them go forward? Blessing people, giving of your time and your generosity and your love to people only can help you too. Blessing is so important. So we do that as we build confidence in our lives by these very small disciplines. We will begin to rise above our daily circumstances. We'll begin to rise above things that just happen and say, oh boy, that happened. We begin to rise above discouragement. We'll begin to rise above rejection as we build these things into our lives and we're able to tick them off. Look, friends, I know it sounds simple, and I know people look at me sometimes and think that I've missed the boat somewhere, but it really works. It's wonderful to get up in the morning and be able to say, well, I've accomplished the routine. I've done something. So my day has started off successfully. And that's the way I view it. I view it that my day starts off successfully if I've done my routines, got it all done, tick that off, okay, now to work. It's such a way to start the day. So I encourage you to think about small routines build big confidence in you over time. See, it's a time thing. Yes, if you had the big show to make a difference instantly. But if you haven't got the big show, show yourself that you can accomplish small tasks every day, and over a year, it will change your life. Truly will. Okay, friends, I hope that encourages you. I hope you're ready for another big week. It's Easter Monday here. I think it's a public holiday. I'm not particularly sure. Every day's work. And I hope you all have a fabulous day today. And you know, you go out and do something that really touches someone's life. It's important. Okay, remember, people are hurting out there. Hugs and smiles are free. Give them away generously. And I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. So have a great day. Ciao.